After Leatherwood's youth pastor took 75 unprepared kids into Houston's largest homeless encampment on a whim, he said that he gave them a choice. They could either go back to the encampment the next day, or they could stay at the lodge. But the beach trip that he had promised the kids wasn't even an option.
I gave them a choice because missions is a choice. I said, you can stay here at the ranch or you can go with us to feed the homeless in Tent City.
He said several of the kids weren't so sure they wanted to go back because they were scared.
Several of them came to me, I ain't going. I had challenged them to go, but they saw some things the day before that they weren't too sure of. Many of our kids had never been in an environment like that before, and they weren't so sure that they wanted to go back. They were a little scared.
This is what that choice looked like for two boys who went on that trip.
Big old Jay Reed. I ain't called to international missions. I ain't going back there. I ain't scared, but I ain't going. He had to start it out. I ain't scared, but I ain't going. Jay Reed, you was scared. No, don't lie. You was scared. He said, I ain't made for that. Missions ain't my thing. I said, Jay Reed, let me tell you something. You can tell me that Tent City missions ain't your thing, but you can't tell me missions ain't your thing. Will sticks his head in the door and he said, I ain't going. I said, why? He said, I got some things I need to deal with first. I ain't going. I said, Will, I don't want you to be here playing. If you got some things to deal with, if you truly need to deal with God, you go deal with God. But you don't stay back and just be playing because you need to be there.
That's what he called a choice. But when saying no means you're scared or that you're not right with God, that doesn't really sound like a fair choice.